Hi everyone, welcome to Sitting with the Scriptures as we celebrate the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. Again, we give this moment to refocus our lives on the gospel, to let Jesus' voice touch our hearts and invite us into deeper relationship with Him. So now let's enter into Matthew 25, again, verses 14 through 30. And to see what this parable is all about. Jesus told his disciples this parable. A man going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to a third 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately, the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5. Likewise, the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants came back and settled accounts with them. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. He said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who received 2 talents also came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more." His master said to him, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy." Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, "Master, I knew you were a demanding person, harvesting where you did not plant, and gathering where you did not scatter. So out of fear, I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back." His master said to him in reply, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I did not plant, and I gather where I did not scatter. Should you not then have put my money in the bank, so that I could have got it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talent from him, give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Again, as you heard this Gospel, what word or phrase moved you, touched your heart, inspired you? The one line that really touched me was, "Come, share your master's joy." That this is the heart of Jesus. He wants us to share in his joy. A good question for us to pray with is, how do we partake in the joy of the Lord? What brings us joy in our day-to-day lives? There's a lot of hardship, but what is it about your job, your ministry, your calling, your vocation that brings you joy? Something good to pray about. Secondly, we see this parable about Jesus, talking about how this master would give his talents to his servants. And this reality of entrusting his possessions to them, entrusting everything, and here you go. And I think just that word entrust is something to really pray about this week. That fundamentally, everything, our whole life has been entrusted to us by God. Every breath, every moment we have is such a gift. Do we waste it away? Do we bury it? Do we not even acknowledge life as a gift? Or do we embrace it and take advantage of every moment we have? Truly enter in, open up the gifts that God has given us. Another good question is, what are the gifts that God has given me? What has God given me to be shared, to be opened up, that will ultimately help bring others closer to Jesus? These are really good questions. What brings me joy? What gifts has God given me so that I can open them up and share them and ultimately bring people closer to Jesus? Every moment is a gift. And as we enter closer and closer to Advent, we are reminded to be prepared, to stay awake, and to use those gifts God has given us, to never bury them, but to embrace them. And what a joy that is. Have a great week. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday. God bless.